Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Niagara University. Thank you for joining us today. It's an incredibly exciting day, not only for our women's basketball program, but Niagara University and our entire community. We are so thrilled to be introducing our new head women's basketball coach, Jada Pierce, today. I would like to begin by recognizing our previous coach, Kendra Foston, who in her 8 years at Niagara University did a tremendous job of establishing a solid program, the foundation that's been laid, and it was incredibly helpful as we worked through this search. She left the program in very good shape, and perhaps what she left behind that's the most impressive are our student athletes. Ladies, thank you for being here and joining us today. The strength and the quality of character that you embody was very, very helpful as we went out and looked for our next head coach, because it was a source of pride for me and our staff as we talked to candidates, because we knew when we brought them in here that they would be incredibly excited to work with you. So thank you for being the people that you are and for joining us today. So throughout my career as an administrator, and certainly during the search, oftentimes people will ask me, what do you look for in a head coach? And unabashedly, first and foremost, what I tell them is we look for a good person. Number one, I want a good person. And before I even kicked off the search officially, I was being reached out to by friends that I have in the industry who were talking about Jada Pierce and the type of person, the quality of person that she is. I also look for a caring leader of student athletes. And as part of the process, we asked our candidates to identify former student athletes of theirs that we could speak with, because certainly their impressions of their coaches was very important as we looked for the leader of our program. And oftentimes when people will give you someone as a reference call, you expect it to be good. And when Jada's former student athletes reached out to us and we had conversations with them, they weren't good. They were exceptional. The impact that she's had on the lives of her former student athletes goes well beyond their college careers. In fact, many of them remarked how they're still in contact with Jada. And when they need help or they have gotten to a place in their life where they're incredibly proud of something, she's their first call. And what more could you say about a person? Of course, we always also want someone who's knowledgeable about the game or the sport that they're going to be coaching, someone who is ready and willing to be a Division I coach, basketball in this sense. And not only was Jada a head coach in earlier parts of her career, but she's had tremendous mentors, people who are incredibly well respected in this industry, and she has learned from them, but they've also done a tremendous job of preparing her to be the head coach at Niagara University by giving her the experiences that she's needed to be developing her skills. We also look for someone who's a winner, and it takes you about 1.3 seconds to have a conversation with Jada to be won over by her personality. But she's also won on the basketball court. In fact, one of her previous employer, St. Joe's head coach Cindy Griffin, told me within 2 seconds of talking to her that Jada wins everywhere she goes. So we can't wait to be hanging banners and distributing rings from the championships that Jada brings us, because she's done it in the past, she's done it as a student athlete, and she's done it as a coach. She is clearly a winner. But most importantly, at Niagara University, when we look for a head coach, we look for someone who's a great fit, who's the kind of person that will represent our institution and our mission, who will be collaborative, work well with others. And in getting to know Jada, I can say 100% I believe in her because of her faith, her passion, and her servant leadership, things that she's done and her vision for where she wants to take us. She's dedicated to working with others and lifting up our entire university. I would like to thank the campus leaders and the athletics department personnel who took part in the interview process and offered their input. It was very, very valuable. And I'd like to thank Father James J. Marr, CM, for his unwavering support of our women's basketball program and the entire athletics department. A Vincentian priest, Father Marr has already had an immense impact on Niagara University, and under his innovative leadership, Niagara is continuing to position itself as the premier institution for higher education in the region, while simultaneously advancing strategy to establish a worldwide presence. True to his Vincentian background, Father Marr has become a fixture in the local community, participating in fundraisers for the Special Olympics and the Heart, Love, and Soul Food Pantry, among others. He's an avid runner and a sports enthusiast, and we're so appreciative to Father Marr, who has been an ardent supporter of Niagara athletics since his very first day on campus in August 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I welcome the 26th President of Niagara University, Father James Marr.
Good afternoon. I welcome all of you to Niagara University, and I welcome our employees who have come, and I welcome the members of the media who are here today. As I begin my remarks this afternoon, I want to begin with a word of deep gratitude to our former head women's basketball coach, Kendra Faustin, a woman who is a great educational leader and was seen as a leader on the campus, and must be paid the highest compliment one can make of a leader. Lasting greatness is not only seen in what we build, but in what we leave behind to grow. She has built a program with a bedrock of academic excellence, mission-based service, and a highly talented and competitive team. I thank Kendra. She leaves Niagara with our blessing and with every good wish. And I welcome Coach Jada Pierce to Niagara University. I had the opportunity to meet Coach Pierce in person during the search process. She is a wonderfully talented educator, a coach, and a mission-driven woman. I am quite confident she will take the program to new heights of accomplishment on and off the court, and I welcome Jada to our family. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge and thank the members of our women's basketball team, the student athletes, and the coaching staff for their patience in the search process and in the search for our great new coach. Our student athletes are an exceptional group of young women, and we are incredibly proud of them. And a final word of thanks to Simon Gray, who, along with his team in athletics, led this search with thoroughness, with speed, and with great care. I thank you, Simon, and I thank him for his excellent leadership in the process. And it is my pleasure to call to the podium Coach Jada Pierce, the new coach of Niagara University's women's basketball team.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I just want to thank God because He's definitely given me the patience to endure this journey that I've been on for the last 18 years with coaching. I'd like to thank our president, Father Marr. I really enjoyed the breakfast that we had together. Director of Athletics, Simon Gray. I felt we hit it off right away. I know you felt the same way, too, when we talked on the phone. And also the Board of Trustees. I'd like to thank you all. What attracted me to Niagara was the Catholic Vincentian mission of inspiring student athletes to serve all members of society, especially the poor and oppressed in local communities and the world. What also attracted me was the commitment to excellence in teaching the students in the classroom and beyond. I look forward to building relationships with our distinguished faculty across campus. The long journey, like I mentioned, was even longer getting here. I didn't get to campus for my interview until 2:45 in the morning. And of course, Simon had a meeting for me at 8:30 with the Board of Trustees, with a few of them. But I was ready. I was not going to let that stop me from the opportunity of making the best impression to everyone here at Niagara University. Today is a great day, not just for me, but for my family as well. Sorry if I get a little choked up. They've supported me from the beginning, and also my friends, mentors, and coaches. The support, commitment, and dedication they've shown over the years will be the same efforts I, along with my staff, will bring to Niagara. I've worked under some tremendous coaches over the years, and I'd like to take this time to thank them for providing me with an opportunity to be a part of their staffs. Sue Duprat, the former head coach at St. Mike's, Tina Martin, the head coach at University of Delaware, Kathy O'Neill, the former head coach at UMass Lowell, Brian Georges, the head coach at Marist, Marnie Dacko, the former head coach at UMass Amherst, Brian Witten, head coach at Mount St. Mary's, who we are playing this year, Dave McGarity at Army West Point, and last but not least, Cindy Griffin at St. Joseph's. Cannot thank those people enough for teaching me so much that is going to help me with coaching these young ladies and taking us to new heights. The goal is to win the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Championship and to earn an NCAA tournament bid for the first time in school history. In order to achieve this goal, we must work to get better every day. There's a lot to be said about being the first to achieve something, but we don't get there without risking failure. The players will be challenged daily to reach their full potential, and sometimes this will take them out of their comfort zone. These situations will not only help them on the court, but also with the challenges of life. To the ladies on the team, my staff and I will give you our best effort every single day. And we will set an example for you as the type of people you want to be. And in return, we expect that you will give us your best effort every day as well. We will win showing purple pride in the classroom, in the community, and on the court. What can you expect from Niagara University women's basketball this year? What you can expect is an exciting style of play, up-tempo. I already told them that if we're turning the ball over a lot, that means we're not an up-tempo team, so they already know that. We will be known for our stingy defense, whether it be full-court man or our trapping zones. We want to continue the tradition of the Gallagher Center being one of the toughest places to play in the Metro Atlantic Conference. The students, faculty, staff, and surrounding community will play a huge role in this as well. In closing, I would like to express how extremely honored I am to represent Niagara University as its women's basketball coach. Thank you.
You all can't see this, but on the top of her notes, there's 3 hearts in purple. A true testament to the type of person you are. Thank you all so much for coming to join us today. We really appreciate it. This is a historic day for our university and for our women's basketball program. Thank you for being here. At this time, we will invite all media to come to our media backdrop over here where Coach Pierce will be available for one-on-ones and pictures. Thank you so much again for being here. Go Purple Eagles.